Good day, guys. Okay, so this is a trade update. We took we did analysis on about four different pairs: a boom 500, a jump 75, a VIX 75 1x, and a VIX 100 1x. So but among all these trades, we just have boom 500, which is playing along with our analysis, right? Yeah. So I want to show you guys what I'm seeing and what I'm expecting from the market. So let's dive into it. Okay, so this is the market. We had this zone, which has been respecting, obviously, right? And then we had this structure, which is this shoulder. What's this? Yeah, which is this shoulder, kind of like a head and shoulder pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder pattern that you're seeing here, right? This shoulder is like, let's just say it's just like in between these shoulders, yeah. So yeah, we have something like this presenting itself. So ultimately, normally we're going to be expecting this thing to sell. And if you look deep on the trend, market has started trending downwards. So we had this high, this low, this high, then this low. So originally it has broken, it has changed character from this point where we had a change of character. We've actually changed character from this point here, where we had our last low that gave us the last high, the head structure, right? So this has broken below that point and came back somewhere around here within the zone to give us an entry. There is, if you look deeper, there's a fair value gap here within the same point of your end of your zone. There's a fair value gap here. Yeah, and that was where market came to tap in for moving. So, but we didn't see that part of it. That was last week. I think that was the analysis that we did last week and the back test that we did last week. So, as at this week now, where we are, market is currently here, and we have this other block here after the break of structure. We had this other block tested here. So within the other block, we used to have a fair value gap, but it was invalidated here. And what I'm seeing the market is doing at this point here, is kind of like the structure you see on this side of it. You see when market left here, market went there, left, just like what it did here, left. So it formed a two head structure before it down. So when it was coming up, it did that same thing. So the imprint you're seeing here is kind of like the same imprint we might also get this way. So today might end up being a buy candle. Then tomorrow will now finally give us a sell candle. Do you get? So it's something we are to expect, but already market is in our selling zone. It's actually in our selling zone or selling area. So let's break it down to a 4 hours. So on a 4 hours time frame, this is our daily order block zone. Market has taken liquidity on this point, at this point, and market has broken this structure here. If you look here deeply, I would draw the line. I'll just draw this line. I think it's straight. I don't know. Yeah. I think it's straight. Yes, straight. So if you look deeply, you see that this low here was taken out. This low here was taken out at this point. So it's a confirmed sell. But at this point now, market had to go back. If you go to 1 hour, you will now see that there's no fair value gap all the way here. If you notice, there's no fair value gap all the way. So market has taken all these points. The only point in this whole line where you had this thing is, if I remove this, you see, the only point where you have this now is this, the only area of interest area where you have this is just this other block here on 4 hours. And that is what has come to mitigate, has come to mitigate it. And I think this is like the final leg before market shifts. And if you notice, this was kind of like the final leg too of the other leg after this point. This was the other leg. So I think it's something it runs there. According to our rule, if it runs there without trending there, then the first um, candlestick pattern, reversal candlestick pattern you see, it's always good to take it. And this trade is going to be a very long trade. It's really going to be a very long trade. So it's going to trend all the way from here down to this point, because that's where the leg started from, the like the full shoulder started from, the full formation started from. So it's going to be a long trade. It's actually going to be a long trade. So for now, I think I might take the trade, but it's better to be conservative. It's better to just wait until you see a reversal candlestick pattern. It may end up being a star because we have this long leg here. So it may end up, this may end up closing like this, and the next one close as a star, like an evening star formation. So, but we don't know yet. We know that liquidity have been taken out at this point on this particular market. If you go to 1 hour, you see that all this point two were liquidity. Let's break it down to an hour. Okay, so you see what I was saying? All this point two were liquidity, which market had to come take out everything. Market had to come grab this, grab this, grab this. So here was taken out, here was taken out, here was taken out. You see? So market finally came. Oh, excuse me. Market finally came in and retested. See, there's a 1 hour order block formation here. There's this other block here, this last bullish candle before the entire bullish move, bearish move rather. So market, if I should draw out this other block, we'll have something like this. Let me see. Sorry. Okay, so would have something like this, which is, I'll just label it 1 hour. Yeah. So this is the 1 hour order block. The midline of the 1 hour, I think it's in the same point, the same midline as the 4 hours. Yeah. I think the midline of the 1 hour, it's in the same area as the midline of the 4 hours. So yeah, so that's trade. All we do now is just to wait. So I could actually get an engulfing candle in 1 hour and I'll take the trade. This is just 235. So let's see what happens by 3. If it comes in by 3, if you're following this trade, if it comes in by 3, oh, just saw a spike here now. So this is also why you exercise patience, right? This is also why you exercise patience. Oh, this is the 4 hours candle that was showing us a doji now, just went up. So I think the best thing to do at the moment is just to exercise patience to see what happens overall, to see how the market closes overall. So if it gives us a structure within this same point, a bearish structure, this may close as a buy, then the 3 o'clock candle may be what next candle? That will be by 5. Yeah, the 5 o'clock candle, which is closing around 9, would give us like an engulfing down. So we'll take it, but we're not sure. The only thing that could invalidate this house sell setup is if market goes to invalidate this other block here above here, goes to invalidate it. Then that way, you know that this market is no longer probably going to be a sell. It may actually be a buy. And another thing that we should also look out for, if you notice around here, I see something like a zone. A zone is around here. So, well, all this is possible. You know, we're not the market and we're not price. So anything, the banks could decide to change it, switch it up. Sorry. The bank could decide to switch it up on us and do a different thing. So all we do is follow. But we've done our markup on what we think the market could be on this particular pair. So it's a big trade. And initially I was on this trade. I was actually on this trade, I think from here, but when I saw that this market didn't, this what do you call it, this engulfing didn't close below this low, I knew that this thing is skeptical. But then when I saw these candles lining up, I had to enter from the top of this point. I took, it was on profit as at this point. I had to move to break even. And when market came back, it took me out in break even. So we gotta wait again to see if something positive is gonna happen, right? So let's wait and let's follow up. If you're not following up before, please do well to follow up now. You're welcome once again to Josh FX Pro. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you are, um, if you have questions or some your own bias, if you think you have a different bias, please, I would love to hear about it. Tell me what you think in the comment section and drop a like, turn on your bell notification in case I drop another video, right? So you'll be the first to get it. So for now, ciao. See you guys in the next video.